Welcome to MTG Ectoplasm IRL Edition. I'm your host, Dwight, aka D Blanco, a medium that wears an extra large. You can reach out to me at MTG Ectoplasm, or you can email me directly at mtgectoplasm@gmail.com. Let me know how am I doing. Am I doing a good job, a bad job, or I shouldn't quit my day job? And then finally, do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen. Like I ask each and every single episode, hit that follow, like, subscribe button. Some about these algorithms are beyond my knowledge. If you don't hit the like and subscribe button, you ain't gonna hear me or know about me, and everybody else in the world ain't gonna know about me. I made a lot of noise right now on the audio aspect, meaning Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. But dude, that I got my 100,000, like I got my listeners out there, right? My thing is, I need viewers. Now, if you're a listener, please join me on YouTube or on Twitch and view the show and hit that follow, like, subscribe button. Or if not, tell your friends who enjoy viewing the show to hit the follow, like, subscribe button. And remember, tell your friends and family about the show. I'd gladly appreciate it. Now, like I tell you each and every single time, I got the driver. I got the individual who runs the show. It's the one, the only, the ravishing Renata. How you doing there, ravishing?
I'm doing well.
Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for driving the show. I know some of you are like, "Hey, Dwight, what happened?" We try to do this IRL edition, usually around Tuesdays at 8 o'clock. Today we had to push it back just a smidge, almost 45 minutes, due to complications with the hardware and software that we're using. That's beyond my scope. All I know is I'm the good looking guy in front of the camera. But with that being said, Ravishing, you had a hard time. I understand. So let the viewing audience and the audience know just a smidge of what was going on, that you had a little bit of struggle.
It had to do with some of the new images that we're gonna show tonight.
Okay, a little spoiler there. Yeah, we're working on. The funny thing about this is that we're always looking to upgrade and make a difference on the show. We would like to try to have fun, and for us to have fun, we're trying new experimental stuff out. Hopefully, you do enjoy it. So like I said, each and every episode. Unfortunately, we didn't bring it up today. This episode is brought to you by our friends at Greg's Games. That's right, Greg's Games. You can find them at 2103 White Horse, Mercerville Road, Hamilton, New Jersey 08619. Let me just tell you, it's a great shop. They expanded the shop. You can play there. You can do Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon. They got the Dungeons and Dragons. They got the Warhammer, anything and everything that you need. Looking for tabletop games, it's a moral imperative to show up. It doesn't matter if you're in Philadelphia, come over the bridge. If you're in New York, hey, come on down the New Jersey Turnpike. Yeah, you'll get there. And if you're in Baltimore, it's Baltimore. What can I say? At least it's not Cleveland, right? Oh, I don't want to insult the people in Cleveland, but I've been to Cleveland. But do me a favor. If you're in the Baltimore area, come to the Jersey Show. You'll have a good time, and especially if you stop at Greg's Games. And when you're there, tell Greg, hey, I heard about you on MTG Ectoplasm, and he does a great job, and he supports you. So remember, Greg's Games, 2103 White Horse, Mercerville Road, Hamilton, New Jersey, 08619. And I forgot, remember that how they're doing the competitive play coming up. This is a premier shop, so that means two people succeed in that LGS, they go to the regional. So you got two chances right there. And then, unlike every other LGS that you may go to, just one. So there you go. Greg's Games. I love Greg's Games. I'm a big fan. I'm actually going to go there tomorrow. It's payday tomorrow, and time to spend my money. Oh, talking about spend, and, you know, we're doing a new thing tonight, and it's called Buy or Sell. Thanks to our friend, Aspiring Spike, he decided to make these, he made a tier of cards that are playable, non-playable. And I said, you know what, this is going to be fun. Let's change it up a little bit, because the fact that I always do top 10s, and the top 10s are, the audience is like, I like it. Oh, I don't like it. And this time around, there's really really next to nothing that benefits the spirit tribe, with the exception of one thing. Okay, and we're gonna get to it. But I want to ask the Ravishing, do me a favor, bring up the image, the first image, and I want to thank my friend Mike. That's right. He's a listener, he's a viewer of the show. And he said, hey, Dwight, that the image that you were talking about last night on your show is one and only Grave Lighter. Grave Lighter. Sorry, I can't even speak tonight. I'm just all jumbled up. It's a spirit. And I was right about that, but it's a black spirit, 2 generic and a black, a 2/2 flying spirit. And it reads, whenever a Grave Lighter enters the battlefield, draw a card. Not bad, right? If a creature died this turn, otherwise, each creature sacrifices a creature. So, if a creature died, you get to draw a card. Okay, not bad. If not, sacrifice a creature. Where have I seen this before? In the same mana cost. Oh, Flashback Marauder. Very comparable, right? The only difference is this one's a flyer. Flashback Marauder's not, but Flashback Marauder is a 3/1, while this is a 2/2. Hmm. For me personally, I love this card. I like this card a lot. Now, as a spirit pilot, is it playable? It just needs the right deck. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to have to bring back one of my friends of the show, Peter Valco. He actually showed me a deck list for historic that is running, you won't believe it. Ready? Golgari spirits in historic. And when he brought it to my attention, I was like, holy crap, you're going to have to play it. You're going to have to test it out for me, and you'll let me know how it is. You know what? It looks like a fun deck. Truly, it looks like a fun deck, but I'll tell you more about that eventually. So I want to thank my friend Mike, who listens to the show, to bringing this card to my attention, Grave Lighter. Now it's time to get to the meat potatoes of the episode, right? So let's get to this list that Aspiring Spy created. And he had different lists of playables, possibles, so on and so forth. But I'd rather take all the cards that he mentioned and tell you to buy or sell. So let's look at the first cards, or shall I say, cards that they are, and they're the charms. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the charms. You got Riveter's Charm and Obscura Charm. Now, the Riveter's Charm is the Jund card. Okay. The Obscura, obviously, is the what? Oh, that's right. Esper Charm. They just, decided to call it whatever these crime families were. So let's read Riveter Charm first. It's a black, a red, a green. It says choose one. Target opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker they control with the highest mana value among the creatures and planeswalkers they control. Not bad. Not bad at all, right? The second modal says exile the top 3 cards of your library until your next end step. You may play those cards. Hold on, sorry, I misspelled. Exile the top 3 cards of your library until your next end step. You may play those cards. Not bad, solid, very solid. Then the last modal is exile target player's graveyard. Oof, oofa. If let me just tell you, if you're a graveyard deck and you got to worry about that, that's quite troublesome right there. Is that card playable? Well, let me get to the next card. Obscura Charm, white, blue, and a black, and it reads choose one, right? Another modal card with 3 in there. Return target multicolored permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Ooh, that's a little sexy right there. Next modal says counter target instant or sorcery. Okay, not bad. Let's read the last one. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with mana value 3 or less. I like it. I'm a fan. But I'm going to be honest with you. People in the spirit community, especially in the Facebook community, have been saying This is great. This is awesome. This is gonna fit spirits because it's white and blue, and all we gotta do is splash in black. Well, we haven't flashed in black since ever. And now, don't get me wrong, Gravelighter would be a nice addition to splash into black, but honestly, I think this card is really great for decks, especially if you are playing control. There is an Esper control deck out there that did exceptionally well in the beginning of last year in 2021, and it reached its crescendo near the end of spring. Now, Riveter's Charm, I think it's an amazing card, especially if you're playing Jund. Yeah, if you're playing Jund, why not? Why would you not want to play this? I'm telling you right now, both of these cards are a buy. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I would tell you right now to go out there and get your playset. It doesn't hurt. And the fact that both of these are uncommon, how could you not want to buy these? It's great. These cards, both of these cards are amazing. And for those who play Commander, because Commander tends to be the most popular, the most extravagant format there is in Magic the Gathering. Of course, why would you not put them in there? It's pretty good. So let's go to the next group of cards. And of course, they are the Triumphs. Okay, we're not calling the Triumphs or the headquarters or whatever they're called. The original Triumphs were exceptionally successful. Exceptionally successful. Now, once he decided to sit there and create or complete the cycle with Rafine's Tower, Xander's Lounge, Zyorda's Proving Ground, Sparta's Headquarters, and Jedmir's Garden. So these are solid cards. Let me just tell you, I like them just because the fact that, you know what, I'm a person that like completion. I like settling and finishing things. That's why I'm actually hoping for Modern Horizons 3 to come out sooner than next year. Maybe in May or June of next year. I'm hoping it comes out. I'm just hoping it comes out soon. Why? Because then if we get the completion of the Horizon Lands, I'm desperate to get the completion of the Horizon Lands because I'm a fan of Azoria Spirits, and why would I not want the white and blue Horizon Land, right? Well, here we are with the completion of the Triumphs. Now, when it comes to spirits, realistically and honestly, the only one that actually benefits us is Sparta's Headquarters. Now, you're going to go, well, Dwight, it comes into play tapped. Why and when would we play Sparta's Headquarters? Well, here it is. We learned from D-Star, who ended up making the Urion build, that he does have a Triome there. But this Triome makes a little bit more sense because the fact we already have a Bant build. So why would we want the Just Guy card or Just Guy Triome instead of this Bant Triome? Just throwing it out. Why would we not want to add this particular card in there over the Just Guy one? Now, realistically, do I see it getting playing them Bant? Too slow. But these cards are beautiful. They are sexy. And if you haven't seen the original Triumphs when they came out, they were $5. $5 when they originally were released, and people slept on them. And now they're between what, 15 to almost $20. So what I'm going to tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, eventually these cards, they're going to increase in value. For me, I'm going to tell you right now, these cards are a buy. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, buy these. Get them now before, because what I tell everybody, realistically and honestly, just like life, the hardest thing to own and maintain is land, owning property, because property always tends to increase in value. You don't believe me? Look at Gaia's Blessing, right? I mean, Gaia's Cradle. Sorry, Gaia's Cradle. That shot up in value. Do me a favor. Look at Library of Alexandria. Look at all the original dual lands and the the original value of the shock lands. Holy crap, those shot up. Oh, did I mention the fetch lands too? The originals? They've shot up through the roof. Well, here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Here's your opportunity. And the fact that they come in showcase, there's like two other variations of this. I don't want to speak on my back end, but there's two different variations of this. So this is hands down, get them while they're hot. Because when they're gone, they're going to be harder and harder to find and harder to get. Because honestly, as much as I like these, the set isn't that strong. So there means that less packs are going to be open. So it's going to be harder to get these and even the showcase and the prettier versions. So that's what I'm telling you, hands down, these are a buy. Now let's look at the next cards. And here we go. Unlicensed Hearse. Now, to me, I find this a little disturbing because for those who don't know, a hearse is a vehicle in which you put a dead body and you drive in it, right? So it's like a funeral procession. That's what a hearse is for. Well, this unlicensed hearse is a 2-mana value artifact vehicle with star, and it crews for 2. Okay, it's not bad, but let's figure out what the star is, right? You tap this vehicle or artifact. Exile up to 2 cards from a single graveyard. Okay, this is not bad. I'm okay with this. And it says unlicensed hearse, power and toughness are equal to the number of cards exiled with it. This is okay. And I'm going to tell you why it's okay. Because the fact that you get to exile cards. Now, we know, honestly, there's Progenitus Relic for 1 mana and does 1 card. I think it's a little bit better than this card. But the fact that it's a vehicle and you get to crew for 2 with the cards you're exiling, it's not that bad either. So it's basically a 2 for 1, but you're paying additional mana and you're having to tap a creature later. Can I be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen? This card is a sell. This is a straight up sell. I understand where Aspiring Spec was coming from when he made his little list, but this card's a sell. This is going to be just regular. You're going to find this in the dollar bins, unfortunately. And if this thing is card worth anything of value right now at pre-release before regular release it comes out, sell it now. Do yourself a favor. Don't hold on to it. You're going to be able to get this card for dirt cheap in 2 to 3 weeks. Sell this card. Now let's look at the next one, Ravishing, shall we? And the next card is Omnixilus, the Adversary. It's 1 white, a black, a red. It's a 3 loyalty creature, or sorry, planeswalker. Now it reads Casualty X. Now, Ravishing, do me a favor. Read Casualty X for me if you don't mind. Oh, sorry. The spike. Okay, go ahead.
Casualty X. The copy isn't legendary and has starting loyalty X. As you cast this spell, you can sacrifice a creature with power X. When you do, copy this spell. The copy becomes a token.
Not bad. This is interesting. Now, the next is +1 loyalty. Each opponent loses 2 life unless they discard a card. Interesting. If you control a demon or a devil, you gain 2 life. Meh. -2 ability. Create a 1/1 red devil token, creature token with, when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. This is typical devils. Typicals. This is one thing I like. They kept the flavor going. They kept the feel of the devil, I guess, tribe they're trying to create. Let's keep on going. -7. Target player discards 7 cards and loses 7 life. Realistically, if you get to 7, sure. Now, with the Casualty X, this is good. The problem is right now, it's not fitting anywhere, not in any particular deck. Now, there's talk, oh, it could benefit here, it can benefit over there, but realistically, this card has no true home. What I'm going to tell you is how I personally feel and how I would do this. Right now, I'm going to sell it. Right now. Why? Because like I said, it has no home. But you wait 2 weeks from now where this card is going to be maybe, I'm going to say $7.50 to maybe $10, because right now it's at 30 plus. Ridiculous price. Absolutely ridiculous. It should never be anywhere near $30 at the particular moment because there's no home for it. If I'm wrong, do me a favor. Email me at mtgectoplasm@gmail.com and let me know otherwise. Hell, reach me out on Twitter at mtgectoplasm to tell me otherwise where this particular card has a home. But in 2 weeks' time, I'm going to tell you to buy this card. Hands down, buy this card in 2 weeks' time. Why? Because it's already lost most of the value. And this is when brewers start get together and they start figuring the cards out. Usually the it cards, the semi it cards, don't get solved right away. They get solved later. So that's why I'm telling you, you may want to hold on to your shekels, or if you have the card, sell it, get your money worth, and then eventually come and get them. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I ended up, like I tell you guys all the time, I ended up getting 3 Tarmogoyfs in a pre-release. Unbelievable. When it first came out, people were like, what the heck is this card? This card's absolute trash. It's fecal material. All of a sudden, Lorwyn comes out, boom, becomes one of the best cards ever in green for 2 mana. That's what's going to happen with this card. We're going to find out eventually that this is going to be one of these cards that we should have gone, damn, I bought too high, and that sucks. But now that I'm buying low, it's perfect. So, realistically, I like this card, but not for $35. No, I don't. So, sell, but buy later. Now let's see what the next card is. The next card is Avian Heartstabber. That's right. Heartstabber. I love that. It's a blue and it's black. It's a 1/1 flying bird assassin. I haven't seen a bird assassin in a while. I've seen birds, but never assassin birds. And it reads, as long as there are 5 or more mana value among the cards in your graveyard, even Heartstabber gets +2/+2 and has Death Touch. Whenever Avian Heartstabber dies, mill 2 cards and then draw a card. Let me just tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I love this card. Let me tell you why. First things first, it has evasion. I'm a spear player, okay? If you can't tell by MTG Ectoplasm or the fact that I got a ghost behind me and says that's Bullshit, or the little ghosts hanging around the background, I love evasion. Why? Because I don't have to worry about going, oh, I got to put trample. I got to worry about their creatures that are on the ground, and I got to do something to eventually do damage to my opponent. Why should I have to worry about that when I got flying? Now, this bird assassin, okay, it's 2 mana. And it's specific mana. It's not like a blue and a generic or a black and a generic. It's a blue and a black. So I have to pray that I get actual blue and black to cast this card. So that's where I'm like, But I do love this card because it goes, as long as there are 5 or more mana value among the cards in your graveyard, it gets +2/+2 and Death Touch. You're telling me, and let's be honest with one another, shall we? You're telling me in blue and black that we can't sit there and get 5 mana cost in the graveyard? We can't? Just saying. Hell, you could sit there and go for ish and giggles, hey, I'm going to sit there and Thoughtseize my opponent, and then eventually go, you know, I don't know. Wow. Let's say fatal push and then go, you know what? They're playing this spell. I'm going to force a negation. That's 5. I already got a 2/2 flying, a 3/3 death toucher. This card's solid. I like this card. I'm a fan of this card. And one thing I do like about it too is that when it dies, you get to get a card. Hello, why can't us spirit players get a card when our creatures die? The only drawback is, it mills too. So guess what? If there's another Avian Heart Stabber on the battlefield, it may have just gotten its +2/+2. If this bad boy didn't get it or a bad girl didn't get it, you kidding me? It feeds itself. It pays for itself. Yeah, there's a minor drawback, but hey, tell me where in Magic there isn't a drawback. This card, hands down, between you and I, is a buy. Hands down, I would go out of my way to buy this if Ravishing lets me. You let me do it, Ravishing? Okay, she's giggling, so that means maybe. No, that's a definite no. She's not going to let me. Okay, let's see what the next card is, shall we? The next card is Unlucky Witness. 1 red. It's a 1/1 human citizen. I love the name of this. Unlucky Witness. When Unlucky Witness dies, exile the top 2 cards of your library. When Unlucky Witness dies, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Okay. Until your next end step, you may play one of those cards. That's solid. That's solid as can be. And the fact that it's a 1 mana creature, realistically, this fits in several decks in red. Now, realistically, is it going to take spaces that are already being filled, that are being filtered in, as in Darcy? No. Is it going to replace Ragavan? No. But I guarantee there's some decks out here. And Presley, I'm thinking of several decks that I've actually brewed with that are in my back room that I would love to add this card. Will it see competitive play? Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? You get to sit there and exile the top 2 cards of your library, and potentially you may have a game winner. You may have a bolt. You may have maybe another land that you weren't able to draw. This is solid, and especially at uncommon, ladies and gentlemen, this is a buy. To me, this is a solid buy. Now, if this card is going over for $2.50, just wait. But this is a solid card. I like Unlucky Witness. Let's look at the next card, Ravishing, if you don't mind. And the next card is Tenacious Underdog. If you can't tell, it's a generic in black, a 3/2 human warrior. Let me just tell you, 2 mana, 3/2, solid. Solid, solid, solid. Let's keep on reading, shall we? Blitz. Renata, why don't you read the Blitz for me?
Sure. Blitz. 2 generic, 2 black, pay 2 life. If you cast the spell for its Blitz cost, it gains haste, and when this creature dies, draw a card. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. You may cast Tenacious Underdog from your graveyard using its Blitz ability.
Now, can we be honest with one another? We know, I both know that the Blitz ability is a meh ability. You're really going to want to pay 4 mana and give up 2 life to play a 3/2? Why? Why? I would never, ever pay 4 mana for a 3/2. Ever. And the fact that, oh, it dies and I get to draw a card. What? Are you kidding me? I'd rather play Gravelighter. Okay, that's a 3 mana card, a black and 2 generic, 2/2 flyer. And if a creature didn't die, oh, you're telling me everybody gets to sacrifice a card? That's more beneficial than this guy. The only reason why I actually like the card is the fact that it's 2 mana, 3/2. That's hard and really tough to deal with. But there's so much removal currently in the modern game and in Pioneer. This card is a straight up meh. Sell. Sell, sell, sell this card. As much as I want to like it, mm-mm, mm-mm. It somewhat hits you in the right spots, but it will let you down almost 110% of the time. And I can't wait to be proven wrong. I would love to be proven wrong about this card. Ravishing, shall we? Let's look at the next card, shall we? And this body Launderer. I love the name. 2 generic and 2 black. It's a 3/3 org rogue with death touch. Solid. And this is our first mythic. And it reads, whenever another non-token creature you control dies, body Launderer connives. Okay. That's nothing to sneeze about. When Body Launderer dies, return another non-rogue creature card with equal or less power from your graveyard to the battlefield. See, this is where they lost me on this card. The connive ability is solid, especially for 4 mana, a 3/3 death toucher. You had me. You really had me until the last line. Why can't I get a rogue? Is the ability too strong, too overwhelming for the opponent? Let's be realistically, shall we? In modern, how many times do we ever really get to play a 4 mana cost creature? Next to nil. Next to nil. The only time we can get to play a card in that way is if we have to ramp to go get it, like Primeval Titan. I know some of you are like, well, how about Ugin? How about Wormcoil Engine? We're using Tron lands, aren't we? That's ramping them out. If we could ramp this thing, maybe, but the fact that why wouldn't I not want to put him in a rogue deck? It fits the feel of a rogue deck. And the fact that you're telling me I don't get a rogue, I can't find a rogue, I can't play a rogue from this. No, this is wrong. It doesn't feel right. I don't think it's right. And for me, as much as I want to sit there and like it, for 3/3 a death touch, that's a solid body and a hell of an ability. And with connive, sell, sell this card. I want to like this card, but no, it does not meet my standards. Sorry. You know what? I'm bothered. Get this card off the screen, please. Let's go find the next one. Ledger Shredder, a generic in blue, a 1/3. Okay, not bad here. It reminds me of Supreme Phantom here with a 1/3. Little toughness here with a big booty. It's a flying a bird advisor, and it reads: whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, Ledge Shredder connives. Connives is draw a card, then discard a card, and if you discard a non-land card, put a +1/+1 token on this creature. Okay. I want to like this card just because the fact that it has evasion. I really, really, really want to like this card. But Whenever a player casts their second spell each turn. Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't a modern card. It may be a pioneer card, but this is hands down Commander. Will it see play? Of course, people are nervous about spirits. They're nervous about things like that because they want a big booty, like this creature has a big booty. But the fact, their second spell each turn. How many times have opponents played multiple spells on your turn? Well, the first one is to destroy a creature you have and then play one of their own. Well, if this is on the battlefield, you don't think they're going to want to destroy this so it stops it from being a 2/4? Just saying. Watsy, what are you doing here? It's a sell. Sell this card. I love the fact that it has evasion. I like the fact that it has a big booty, but it's a sell. Let's look at the next one, shall we? Now we're cooking here. You can already tell my spirits have been uplifted here. Void Render. A white, a blue, a black, an instant. This spell cannot be countered. Woo! What can I say? It cannot be countered. I love cards like this. Now it says destroy target non-land permanent. Why can't this be like a Vindicate? Why can't this be Vindicate with just paying an additional blue mana? Can't be countered. Let me destroy any and every permanent. Okay, fine. I can destroy any and any non-land permanent. Okay, fine. But it can't be countered. This is going to fit so well in decks, control decks. This is going to fit control decks. I know some of you miscreants out there, and I say this lovingly, okay, in the Spirit Squad, that you're going to want to try to shove this in Spirits to see how it works. And you know what? I'm going to applaud you. Go ahead. Try. I want you to try. I don't give a damn if it's Andre Segura or D-Star or a gentleman who I'm going to have on my show Thursday at 5 p.m. live. He went second place in the Pioneer Challenge. Hint, hint, wink, wink, REMF. I'm not going to say any more than that, but you better be here. It's going to be a great show. REMF, Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live here. I can see him wanting to do a Void Render potentially because that guy, he knows. This is a solid card. And the fact that right now it's a little Now, how long would I wait before I purchase this? I'd probably wait 1 week after release. 1 week after release. And then I'm buying this card left and right. I don't care what Ravishing says. I probably got a hidden credit card that she don't know. Oh shit. I shouldn't have said that. But I'm buying this card. So this card's a buy. Buy it. It's a moral imperative. I love this card. I truly, hands down, love this card. Let's look at the next card, shall we? Next one is Tainted Indulgence. A blue, a black, an instant. Now, this is the martini glasses. I love this card, and if I could give me a martini glass with this, well, go ahead, Ravishin. I see.
Yeah, I like the artwork on it.
Why? Because it's a martini glass?
No, I just like the colors and the vibrancy of the color. And
so, what happens, ladies and gentlemen? By us, there's a martini bar that's near us called The Mix, and they make the best martinis ever. If you're ever in the Jersey Shore area and you go to Long Branch, check out the Mix, the best martini bar ever. And I hate to say, there's a martini that looks very, very similar to these martinis, potential martinis right here, these spirited martinis. But let's keep on reading. It says draw 2 cards, then discard a card unless there are 5 or more mana value among the cards in your graveyard. Where have I seen this 5 mana or more? Oh, that's right. We had that bird assassin, right? So if we had that bird assassin that would do exceptionally well, why would we not think that this here, Tainted Indulgence, would not be equally good? Just saying. Why would we not? Watsy, I know what you're doing here. I'm wise to the game. You are trying to improve rogues. This here, hands down, is a card that benefits rogues 110%. And why wouldn't a rogues tribal deck not want to add this in? Why wouldn't a blue-black deck not want to include this? This card is insane. It's bonkers. I love this card. Now people are going to go, well, Dwight, you see, now you're going crazy on me. You're going local, right? Because there's cards out there for 1 mana that you can use. Yeah, there's other cards out there for 2 mana that you get to draw a card and then eventually you get to rearrange your deck, or you can scry. Really? Dwight, have you not heard of opt or consider? Have you not considered consider? Let me just tell you, I like this card a lot. And the fact that it's uncommon, you're gonna get this thing on the cheap. I'm a buy. I'm a buy on this card. Now everything. Let's look at the next card, shall we? And the next one is Maestro's Diabolist. A blue, a black, a red, A14. So another creature with a big booty. And this is a huge, he doesn't got a tiny booty. It's not a medium booty. It's not an extra large booty. This is, he's got junk in the trunk. This vampire warrior has death touch and haste. Whoa, not bad. Not bad here. Let's keep on reading what this bad boy does. And he says, whenever Maestro's Diabolist attacks, if you do not control a devil token, create a tapped and attacking 1/1 red devil creature token with when this creature dies, deals 1 damage to any target. That's all I can say, ladies and gentlemen. A 1/4? Really? Haste, death touch, and we get to create a 1/1? No. No. This card will never ever, this will be cleaning up gerbil cages or cleaning a iguana. People are gonna line I don't know. They're gonna use to clean up spackle this card. That's how bad this card is. This is horrific. To sit there and call this card trash is insulting trash. I would like to be proven wrong. I'm going to double down. Reach out to me, mtgectoplasm@gmail.com or at Yahoo, at twitter.com, Twitter, mtgectoplasm. Let me know. Where am I wrong? If you're watching live right now, tell me. Go in the chat. Tell me, where am I wrong? This card is absolute fecal material. This card sucks. It's sell. Sell this card. Sell. Awful, awful, awful. Hell, I'm spitting all over myself. That's how bad I hate this card. Please change it. I'm already disgusted. Okay, now we got our first bant. Okay, this lovely young lady is. How would you pronounce this, sweetheart?
Lagrella?
Lagrella or Lagria? I'm going to go with Lagria because in Spanish, 2 L's is a Y. So La Grilla, the Magpie, a green, a white, and a blue, a 2/3. Not bad. That's solid. And it's a human soldier, of course. More humans, right? And more soldiers. When La Grilla, the Magpie, enters the battlefield, exile any number of other target creatures controlled by different players until La Grilla leaves the battlefield. When an exiled card enters the battlefield under your control, this way, put 2+1/+1 counters on it. I want to like this card. I do. Because there's so much. And one thing I've learned in life, when they put a lot of text in, there was a lot of thought into the card. And they had to clean up the card because it was too strong to begin with. And they had to figure a way to balance this card. Now, is there a way to break this card? At the current moment, I don't see it. But this is the first card I will tell you that I'm not going to buy, but I'm not going to sell. I'm going to watch. This is one card that I'm going to tell you that I'm not sure about. I have feelings. I have certain reservations. Now, will I see it in Modern? Probably not. Will I see it in Pioneer? If people feel, froggy, they want to try something and what they want to jump, sure. Realistically, I see this being played in Commander once again. This feels like Commander. So right now, this is the first card that I don't even have a symbol for to do, but this is a watch, wait, and see. There's something about it that says, I want to purchase this because there's something that has what the French called the little bit of the je ne sais quoi, a little bit of I don't know what. And I like it, but I don't like it either. So let's wait and see together and get our ideas together, shall we? Now let's look at the next one. And the next one is Endless Detour, a green, a white, a blue. Another Bant instant. The owner of target spell, non-land permanent, or card in a graveyard puts it on top or on the bottom of their library. Just the image gives me a headache, ladies and gentlemen. And the fact that this is a rare, you telling me there's a card in the graveyard, target spell, non-land permanent, or a card in the graveyard. So, okay, so see, there's a card on the battlefield. It can go into the bottom or bottom or top of the graveyard. Or sorry, library. Or there's a card in the graveyard that can go on top or bottom. I've seen cards like this come and go. This is just WotC reworking and replaying this game to recycle cards and card ideas. This card, no. This is a sell. Absolute sell. Just can we come on, WotC? I think they were just trying to throw stuff against the wall and hoping that something would stick. And this doesn't stick. It stinks. Let's get to the next one. And that's Corpse Appraiser. Ooh, I love the art on this. It's a blue, it's a black, it's a red, it's a 3/3 vampire rogue. There you go. Look, ladies and gentlemen, didn't I say the rogues? When Corpse Appraiser enters the battlefield, exile up to one target creature card from a graveyard. Okay, not bad. If a card is put into exile this way, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Okay, I'm liking this. Then put one of them cards in your hand and the rest in your graveyard. For a 3/3, for 3 something that mana value, it's good. And the fact that it's an uncommon, it's not bad. Now, realistically and honestly, do I see it being played in Modern? Too slow. How about Pioneer? Potentially so. Potentially. There's a part of me that really likes this card a lot, but don't know how it fits currently or what deck would want this card. But I'm going to tell you right now, I think there's potential for it. And anytime I see a 3-mana creature for 3/3 that has potential, I always buy on potential. And this card, I'm going to buy with potential because that's how much I think this card may make a difference. Let's look at the next card. We have Extraction Specialist. It's a 2 generic and a white, a 3/2 human rogue. It has lifelink. So great. Another human card. 3/2, that is. When Extractionist Specialist enters the battlefield, return target creature card with mana value 2 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. This creature cannot attack or block for as long as you control Extraction Specialist. There's a part of me that hates this card just because of the fact that the last sentence, the creature can attack or block for as long as you control Extraction Specialist. So why the hell would I go into the graveyard and try to get a card that's 2 mana value or less onto the battlefield? And I'm going to tell you why. And this is why. There's an ability on it that's consistent across the board. For example, let's say oh, it's a spirit. It's a 1 white, 3 generic. Yeah, obviously it doesn't meet the standard here, but Windborn Muse. Okay, let's say Windborn Muse meets this criteria. It has an ability that says whenever a creature attacks, they have to pay 2 mana to attack. That's just how this particular card would play. You got to find creature cards that have a static ability across the board that sit there and allow you to do things. So they end up becoming like a enchantment. Oh, did I just think of Esper Sentinel? Didn't I 1 mana Esper Sentinel? So whenever your opponent plays a card, they have to pay 1, and if they don't, you get to draw a card. This benefits, and both are warriors. I mean, I think both are humans too. One's a warrior, and I think this is a human rogue. This here benefits. So this is where that works. The only thing I don't like about it is the fact that the creature can't attack or block. So it turns the creature into a pseudo enchantment. Now, do I see this thing being played or played a lot? No. Is it something that I would probably want to have 2 of just to have in my collection? Yeah. But a 3/2 lifelinker for 3 mana. I'm going to tell you to buy. I'm going to tell you to buy the card. Just because of the fact that if you're going to build a deck around just that idea that I told you about, it works, it fits. Hell, why wouldn't you not want your creature with that ability to come back onto the battlefield? Yeah, it sucks that it can't attack or block, but it's a buy. I like this card. I fooled you, didn't I? I love the fact that I fooled you. Now let's look at the next card, shall we? The next card is, of course, the one card that everybody's talking about because it creates an infinite combo, infinite mana. It's Luxurious Jada's Gift. 1 generic mana legendary artifact equipment. It reads, equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each counter on it. Not bad. Equipped permanent isn't a planeswalker and is a creature in addition to its other types. Cool. Equipped planeswalker with 1 generic. Equipped creature, 3 generic. Unless you are going to sit there and put this on Devoted Druid, this card sucks. Hands down, absolutely sucks. But if you're going to be playing that combo, right? It was like a Devoted Devastation was the deck that it was. I can see some knucklehead gonna try to sit there and make this thing a thing. And if they do, the price point on this bad boy is going to shoot through the roof. Right now, I wouldn't purchase it. I'd wait till 2 weeks and then I'd buy. But out and out, this card is a sell. Sell, sell, sell. I'm not a fan of this card. And the only reason why I'd purchase it is just for the combo of Devoted Devastation. Trust me, there's other artifacts out there for 1 mana, especially in equipment, that are better cards than this. Let's look at the next one, shall we? Fisting Riggers. 2 generic and a green. Renata, do me a favor, read this card.
Enchantment. Hideaway 5. When this enchantment enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. Exile 1 face down, then put the rest on the bottom in a random order. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then, if you control a creature with power 7 or greater, you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost.
It's begging for hardened skills. I'm not going to talk more about this card. It's a sell. Don't like it. Don't think it's good. No. There's nothing about this card that says, hey, play me for 3 mana. No. It's a commander card. It's not worth time in Modern and Pioneer. Sell. Let's look at the next one. Widespread Thievery. Has the same thing, a hideaway. It's a 2 generic and a red enchantment. It says whenever you cast a multicolored spell, create a treasure token. Okay, not bad. When you pay a white, blue, black, red, and a green, if you do, you may play the exile card without paying its mana cost. Sell this card. Awful. Kidding me? Trash. Let's get rid of that one. Next card, Cemetery Tampering, a 2 generic and a black. It has hideaway again. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may mill the 3 top of cards of your library. Then if there are 20 or more cards in your graveyard, you may play the exile card without paying its mana cost. Unless you're playing a mill deck, sell. I'm not a fan of these cards. Sell. Let's look at the next one. Devilish Valet, 2 generic and a red. Trample Haste, Devil Warrior 1/3. Has alliance. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, double Devilish Valet's power until end of turn. Unless you're building a Devil Tribal deck, sell. You seeing where we're going here now. Let's look at the next card. Now, this card is a cute card that, Aspire Spike said, hey, I want to do. And the reason why is because as Morano called the kid the card, ki blah blah, right? From Modern Horizons 2. You have a cook, and now you have Rocco the Canterbury Caterer, generic, a red, a green, and a white. When Rocco the Canterbury Caterer enters the battlefield, you may, if you cast it, you may research your library for a creature card with a mana value X or less and put it into the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Well, if you don't pay any mana, call the Geister card, that the Devilish Chef comes on the battlefield. And for 3/1, not bad. But unless you're playing that deck, sell that card. Now leaves the last card. Last card of the evening. Shadow of Mortality. 13 generic. 13. A black Avatar 7/7 spirit. Even my wife made the face like, holy crap, 13? This thing's 15 mana? If your life total is less than your starting life total, this spell's cost is X less to cast, where X is the difference. Okay, so it's a really bad version of Death Shadow. That's what everybody's calling this. But there is a deck out there that can use this, and there's a potential for the card, but it's only for one deck. It doesn't meet the criteria of being in multiple decks like some other cards. Now, this is one card that I'm going to tell you that generally I would say sell. But this is a card that I'm going to tell you buy. And why? Because this is a card that is so weird that doesn't make any sense that will find a home eventually. And this card will be of value. Quote me here. This card will be of value. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be 2 weeks. It may not even be a year from now. But this card will find a home, and it will be better than what you think it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Aspiring Spike's list or tier list of what he thinks are some of the best cards out there. And I'm telling you, buy or sell. Now, I could have done a top 10 like everybody else, but I wanted to do something different. I want to thank Aspiring Spike for making a tier list and putting himself out there to sit there and, take criticism. Bravo to the young man. It takes gonadal fortitude to do so. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming to the show and watching. If you can put the single view for me, please. I want to thank you for being here. It means a lot to me. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, you want to come back here, okay? Thursday, 5 p.m. It's one of the earlier shows I've ever done. Thursday, 5 p.m., I'm having REMF. This is a young man who came in second in a Pioneer Challenge. Second in a Pioneer Challenge using banned spirits. This young man is from Brazil. There may be some communication issue, communicating with one another, but I believe his information is key if you're looking to kick ass in Pioneer. And the fact that the Pro Tour, the first one is they're leading up with Pioneer, you may want to listen what to this young man has to say. So do me a favor. Join me Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will have REMF, live on this show. Now, there's one thing I have left to say. The next time you're kicking your opponent's ass, make sure they say, "That's bullshit." We're out.